Yeah, Leon Bridges. Yeah, we need Leon Bridges
I
to
got a
come out for
question
you.
for
Yeah,
him, too.
Leon's into this project too, so I mean, he'll be on this.
Already.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leon.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. One of my favorite series on Netflix is Mindhunters. And in Mindhunters, basically they study other serial killers in order to better understand how it
I
is to
love
catch
that.
a serial killer,
I
right?
love that.
Yep. And it's
How they
dope.
started out with the FBI.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
how
yeah.
you was. They
Yep.
was kind of secretly doing it. They didn't have a lot of support.
Yep.
Over there. Kind of like how you did.
Yep.
Okay.
And so when you think about that and you think about your time being immersed in a lifestyle and what it was that you had to adapt to, learn, understanding things culturally, how they do stuff, the lingo, so on and so forth, do you think that you had to sort of become the thing that you were chasing in order to effectively be able to, solve this or do whatever this police work that you had to do?
No is a definitive answer, but I think all I had to do was be as empathetic from their point of view as I was to them, because look at me. There's no way I can come in and fake that. Yeah, man, I'm trying to jump in. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be a Crip. I'm gonna whatever. That's even more unrealistic. The whole beauty of it was that I fit in by standing out. And I embraced the standing out part. And I think the fact that I had relationships is a merit to those guys too. Not just the fact that I can get along with them. The fact that they want to get along with me says a lot about them too as humans.
Yeah,
It's kind of like how my whole concept was coming to the internet.
Yep.
I wouldn't go fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not coming. Yeah, that's my whole concept.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm coming in not to fit in. Yeah, and then I didn't know if it would work, but it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
worked.
what you're doing is fantastic too. I
Yeah.
know there's a lot of controversy, but again, it's starting good conversations.
Yeah.
Even if somebody's like, I want to make comments about this is inaccurate, or I can't believe you said this, whatever. As long as they'll stay long enough to engage with some of the other stuff, man, you've already done your job. So
do you think that a lot of what the problems are as far as policing, and I'm not even talking about from like a busting a bad guy type of perspective, but similar to what C was saying, and that he was saying that, you can kind of probably give game on how it is that people need to communicate more effectively with the community so that they can have more of an impact as far as, the relationship between, the police officers and the people of the community, right? Do you think that one of the problems within the community is that people try to adapt to the environment instead of just being authentically themselves and trying to understand the people within the community versus trying to police the community by trying to be like them? Like,
That's a good
why
one.
would they try to talk the lingo
Right.
instead of just being authentically them?
just be the professional, right?
Yeah.
I'm here as a professional, but I care and everything. Be that.
Yeah.
I think that's the way they should approach it. But I think you're talking about two different types of cops because, the types of cops that fascinate me too are the ones that grew up in those neighborhoods also and are still considered the enemy. And I'm like, dude, you're like, we're literally there, bro. You guys went to school together and everything else, and now you're still considered the enemy. I mean, that's even worse. I understand that you don't understand me culturally, and there's that disconnect. But
Listen to what he just said.
Yeah.
Every black person in the world should hear what he just said. He's looking at the black cop that grew up in this neighborhood, that's from this neighborhood, but we still see him as our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think there's more of an understand. Personally, I have more of an understanding for somebody like that would talk to me and roll call and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. And then they go out and hit the streets and say, bro, what's up, man? Oh, man, don't be doing that, and talk to him like that. If I did that, obviously that doesn't work. That's almost an insult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, don't come at me like that.
Yeah.
But if he grew up out there and he has, I understand, I'm certainly not insulted by that. And I can understand where he could, and I don't know if it's accepted or not. Because again, he's still coming in as the enemy, and he's trying to be like he's still 16 and you guys are still running and gunning, going drinking by the dam somewhere or whatever. I don't know if that works or not, but I can certainly understand that would be more likely to work him doing it than it would be me doing it. And I don't think it's improper, but I do like what you brought, Anton, about just embrace the fact that you're a professional and you're there for a purpose, it doesn't mean that you're the enemy. You're just embracing the fact that you're there, you have a job, and really the essence of that job should be being part of the community and the culture, not being the enemy anyway. You're not there to arrest people. You're there to protect people.
Well, now that you said that, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, simply because if they see you as the enemy, is it even possible to build a relationship or have better community relations with the people that you supposedly serving as a police officer if they inherently see you as an op? Like they see you as an enemy.
We damn sure better hope we can, because that's what it's going to take, because that's where we're starting from.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, it's a long road, but I mean, if we say that's not possible, then I guess screw it. I mean, we're just going to be in a war.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
You know?
How about that? We're in trouble.
You got to hope
Yeah.
that, and that's not, the onus of that responsibility is not on the community.
Yeah.
I mean, the onus of responsibility is on both parties, and I think both parties are waiting for the other one to make the gracious move so they can say, okay, that's a move in good faith, now I'll do this. And there are plenty of people who are moving in the right direction too and having those conversations. It's just
Well, this is
there's a
why
lot to
this is why I
change.
love sitting on this podcast, because this is where I disagree with him, man. I say it's on the black community. It's on the black community that at this point, if we got a problem with the police, then we pick our own police. We start raising our children to be police. We start becoming, since we feel like we can't beat them, join them. And then we police our own communities.
Yeah.
And then other than that, we can't solve it, in my mind. And so I'm saying, if black people got a problem with the police department, we can fix it if we picked our own police. Like they picked theirs. They raised their children up to be police officers. They raised their kids up to be fired and to go to the army. We don't. We speak against it. Man, fuck that white man military. Don't go to, man. We shame our shame our people for wanting to be police officers.
Yeah, we do.
So why would it work then? I would ask, like, if they're still going to be shamed and you're grooming them and they grow up and then they become cops, how are they going to still be effective?
We'll stop shaming them if we start grooming them. Because we'll start admiring them again. To white kids, they admire cops. It's some white kids want to grow up to be police officers.
Well, they used to. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't think so anymore.
But if we made cops like NBA players and rappers, then we can. It's just a narrative. It's just a narrative that's being pushed by the wrong people.